Good morning, or maybe good afternoon, depending on where you are tuning in and what part of the world. Come in, hit the like, hit the share button. First of all, let's do your do now. And let's talk about these important dates as it relates to the economy. November the 17th and November the 19th, right? What's going on? November the 17th, we know we have the potential for a government shutdown to happen on November the 17th. A lot of things have happened on the 17th as it relates to the financial world. For example, on the 17th, that's when the stock market was brought into, let me see exactly what year. The stock market was introduced, S&P 500 on the 17th. I don't think I can Google it, but we have rich gurus, pioneers, right, like J.P. Morgan, Rockefeller, that birthdays that add up on the 17th. And so government shutdown, when government did not raise the interest rates, right, on the interest rate meeting, I really thought, I'm gonna be honest with you, I said, man, they didn't raise the interest rate. Maybe a government shutdown will not happen, right? Maybe a government shutdown will not happen, even though I predicted that I highly thought that it could. However, when I looked into the ISO 20022, November the 19th date, you know, I was like, maybe it will because a big change, something big is going to happen as it relates to the crypto world on November the 19th, specifically with ISO 20022 tokens, right? So you all let me know, drop in the comments. Do you think, yes or no, that we will have a government shutdown, whether it be partial, on November the 17th? And this is why I was going back and forth about this, because normally entering a election year, they really, when I say the government really wants to pump the economy, right? They don't want the economy to be slow. They really want the economy, the economic outlook to look good going into an election year. So I thought this would be too much of prediction of the Simpsons coming to pass that says Kamala Harris will, um, you know, replace Biden in presidency if they did allow the shutdown on November 17th. But a lot of the Simpsons predictions has already come to pass anyway. And one of the Simpsons predictions is that Kamala Harris will fill in as president, which means that President Biden would have to be, um, excuse me, something popped up, out of office during that time, right? So that's one of the Simpsons predictions that we are all waiting to see will come to pass, as a lot of the Simpsons predictions have come to pass. And so, November the 17th will be so obvious of what's going on. So let's get right into this. Let's look at government shutdown. Black Jackets, love your channel. I love you too. Thank you for tuning in. We are all positioning ourselves and preparing for the greatest wealth transfer that this generation has ever experienced, you all. And this is also intertwined. It's also the word I want to say back there was Joe Biden getting impeached. But this is also intertwined of what's going on with Ukraine, with Jerusalem, with the quote unquote Jews, why this war is being really done at this time. And it's intertwined with biblical predictions as well, not just the Simpsons, biblical things that have to happen. A judgment that has to come upon America, also known as Babylon, also known as Egypt as well. As you see, a lot of Egypt in America, starting with the United States dollar bill that has the pyramid on the back of it with the all-seeing eye of Horus. A lot of Egypt, from the Washington monuments, pyramids, things within America from the ancient Egyptians, and now more than ever, the knowledge of who the true Hebrew Israelites is, right? All of this intertwines and comes together as I'm helping you all put the pieces of the puzzles together, not only from a biblical perspective, but from a economic perspective as well. Excuse my phone. And so let's start off again with the government, right? Let's look at this article and break it down. The government faces, or they have a steep climb in less than 2 weeks. You definitely want to stay on top of this for a government shutdown in less than 2 weeks. So let's listen in on this article.
Like many other border towns.
A second. And let's dissect this again. Come in, you all share this live stream to help you and others prepare for this great reset as we're transitioning from cash to fiat currency, right? Then in 1944 became the global reserve currency with 44 nations to now cryptocurrency and coins such as gold and silver.
Across the U.S., shelters here in El Paso say they are at capacity. Migrants are sleeping on the streets all over El Paso, and the shelters say they are quickly running out of resources. The food bank says it only has about a 25-day supply of food left, and if it has to add government workers who are not receiving pay to that number, it says it needs help immediately.
It's been very hard because my family, we don't have money and we were separated. But after the first day we got here, we reunited and we stayed on the street together.
Jennifer and her family have been in the U.S. a little more than a week. They slept on the streets of El Paso at night and looked for food during the day. Then a woman told them a spot had opened up at the El Paso Rescue Mission.
It was like an angel came out of heaven. It was very good for us.
She says they are lucky because thousands of migrants line the streets and parks of El Paso. The city says it has received at least 1,800 migrants a day for the past week and a half. All shelters say they are full, and the food bank says it is quickly running out of resources and now.
Okay, I'm going to pause right here because I want you all to understand this is also biblical predictions or prophecies coming to pass of migrants coming in. I want you to also read over Deuteronomy 28. These migrants are coming over in ships and boats. It relates to Deuteronomy 28 as well. Now, more than ever, why is America opening its borders, is accepting these illegal migrants? We can go back to 1619, where the Hebrew Israelites was brought, not ancient Egyptians, mostly Hebrew Israelites, and some, what is synonymous with Jews, right? But people of brown color that came from West Africa, again, not ancient Egyptian, and Southern Africa that were also illegal immigrants. Now these illegal immigrants are coming in, and you have federal funding that is helping to assist them and feed them. November 17th definitely would affect federal workers along with any programs, right, that have federal funding as well. So this is why you're seeing this large migration coming in. I know a lot of you are going to say, no, it's because President Biden is allowing it. But I would, again, challenge you to think that this is biblical that's coming to pass, right? It's biblical, and this is why we're seeing this number at such a outrage, astronomical number of illegal immigrants coming in the United States, or also known as Egypt, right? So let's continue.
Preparing for what it calls a triple threat.
Migrant surge is much different from what we've been seeing over the last several years. This is an incredibly challenging time for the food bank. We serve about 1 in 5 people in our own community here in El Paso, and with the coming government shutdown, we are bracing.
The potential government shutdown means government workers would go without pay. And that could be trouble here because the food bank is already feeding their max, about 1,000 people per day.
In addition to the migrant surge and the potential government shutdown, we're looking at 23,000 government employees here in this area, as well as the 38,000 soldiers on court lists. We're looking at a pretty tough time.
A bill has been introduced that would ensure that military personnel are paid during the potential government shutdown. The Biden administration recently announced that it does plan to send an additional 3,000 military personnel to the border to help with operations, and they would be affected by the potential shutdown if that bill is not passed. In El Paso, Texas, Joy Addison, Fox News.
So that's that. I did find that information. I want to show with you all, but the potential government shutdown on the 17th of November, it will tie into ISO 20022 event that is scheduled to happen on November the 19th. We're going to go into that as well. And so you all, the beginning of the fiscal year for government was the beginning of October the 1st, right? I told you October, and Latin is the number 8, octo. Also, this is where we get the words octopus, octagon, 8 tentacles, 8 sides, right? It means the number 8. The number 8 biblically is the upside down infinity sign. And we can go to Revelation 1 and 11, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, which intertwines, which simply means a new beginning, right? Which simply means the new beginning. So the initial government shutdown was aborted on September the 30th, going into October the 1st. But we have federal recipients, Medicare, Medicaid, that could be definitely affected by this, any child federal program. And again, although the military, they said the military workers will get paid no matter what, you have other federal workers that pay could be, at a standstill in next coming weeks. And so this is the information I wanted to share with you all earlier. The New York Stock Exchange, its organs was May 17th, 1792, right? And this was in response to a first financial panic in the United States as well. So this is when the stock market officially started on the 17th. Again, you have people that, like, John D. Rockefeller, their birthday. I mean, it's Rockefeller, but I know just very rich and wealthy people, gurus, whose birthday were also on the 17th. Now let's go into the 19th, November 19th. What's going on in the crypto world as well is Swift, right? Also on page 42 of my book, if you ordered that book, Cash Queen of Coins Crypto, is the 46-page booklet that gives you the mid-cap cryptos, the high cap, the blue chips, the low caps. Look on page 42. You've seen a big pump in those mid-cap cryptos on page 42. So that's just not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, just your financial educator, and helping you to understand how this financial reset will happen and why you desperately need to prepare. So definitely go to the website and let me find that website. Might need my glasses. I've been doing so much reading. Cash in, the letter N, the number 2, crypto.com. If you have not gotten your Queen of Crypto PDF booklet, 46-page booklet that breaks down the old economic system and educates you why we are moving to a new financial system and why anyone saving cash will be losers in this financial systems, and why you need to convert your cash into crypto and commodities from a financial perspective. Again, I'm not giving financial advice, just financial education and literacy. You make up your own decisions, right? Now, crypto is coming to Swift. The Swift network is anything but back in the 1970s when Swift Global Payments was first launched. It was quick, it was speedy when compared to other ways of sending money, especially globally. But the SWIFT system has not evolved since then. And international payments still take between 1 to 4 days to clear. So that's not exactly SWIFT anymore in 2023. Now, the crypto that I want to talk to you about is the Oracle, also known as the Chainlink. All of this is about to change because SWIFT is getting ready for crypto. You see it right there in black and white. Let me enlarge that as much as I can for you. SWIFT has partnered with blockchain Oracle Network Chainlink, right? We think of the Oracle. I know Matrix has to come to mind, as well as it should, to do an experiment to transfer tokenized assets across dozens of financial institutions and multiple blockchains. So, in other words, as you see in bold, SWIFT is getting ready for crypto. I hope you are too. So, blockchains to create a unified global market, right, is preparing for the near future where every bank is supporting and will be moving currency and crypto. So this is a universal move for the global banking system. Whenever you wire money to someone internationally, you use their 8-digit BIC code, right, which is actually a SWIFT ID. In crypto terms, that will mean it is the bank's wallet address. Now, right now, SWIFT cannot and it does not interact with this blockchain technology. This is what made Bitcoin what Bitcoin is. Because remember, SWIFT was created in the 1970s. This is where Chainlink come into play and an opportunity as the cash has lost 98% of its purchasing power since 1971 when President Nixon removed cash from being able to be converted into real money, which is gold. It's real money, God's money, not government's money. And so he removed that because Spain was coming in its warships to the United States with boatloads of cash saying, we don't want your currency. We see that it's depreciating. This is why it's very smart for people that if you work for cash, right, to convert that cash into real world assets and into the future of what this new world economic system would be. So now we see SWIFT in collaboration and partnership with Chainlink with the CCIP. Now, this Chainlink consists of Ethereum, Avalanche, and Quorum, a private chain. So, because you need a private chain to move this money. Not all monies and transactions are going to be public. So, Chainlink is a universal adapter for blockchain. It can pull in data from any blockchain, any standardized data, and it transmits this between the chains. So this is an incredible complex of blockchain technology, people that's coming together through the Oracle and through Chainlink. And this is why you've been seeing Chainlink in the green for the most part and will uprise, right? Again, the system from 1970s, SWIFT is now going to collaborate Chainlink for this experiment as well. And so what it does, it helps communicate or coordinates between banks, and Chainlink's coordinates between these blockchain, right? So it is like putting your cash or buying an underlying token behind a crypto project. Is like investing in the stock of the company itself. I want you all to get this. And if this experiment between SWIFT and Chainlink continue to grow momentum, which it is in the next couple of days, especially, Link can become an incredible, valuable investment. Yeah, because it's offering blockchain Oracle services. It was first to the market and it will be the leader by far. However, This is the future of it. Chainlink is going to play a big part. And I want you all to really notice that it is not listed on the ISO 20022 token list. So a lot of people always want to say to Queen, I'm getting my ISO 20022, tokens. Okay, that's fine. But this is why I created the book to reveal to you that you can very well be overlooking tokens that's not listed on that list. Right? Because the elite, the powers that be, never really tell you their moves in a public manner. And this is what I'm telling people. They never really do. It's something you like gold and silver, precious metals, that you have to dig deep and research for and find for yourself. They don't make it easily available for people to walk into a wealth transfer. So you have to study, research, and do your due diligence. Now, Swift Standard Release Update 2023 will be live on November the 19th. This is just coincidence to me, right? That November the 19th is so closely dated to the potential government shutdown on November the 17th. That this Swift Live will happen, right, on November the 19th. So does this mean that this is the beginning of a great storm? Well, I want you all to really think about it, that it will take a shutdown to happen, per se, of this old financial system just for a couple of days, just to bring in this new financial system. So this will be the perfect storm to shut down the government for a couple of days until Swift comes in on the 17th, just 2 days later. Another crypto that I want to give honorable mention to is Immutable X, IMX. Gets a shout out for being up 17% today as well. So now back to November the 19th. What's going to break down of what's happening? So let's look at the schedule of MT releases for Swift, right? July of 2022, 22nd, they release their request and the first initiation of this cross-border banking system. Now we have the other dates of in November the 18th of last year, December the 18th of 2022, February of 2024, the updates to standards of M2 release. And I want you all to see that November the 19th is blurry, but I've enlarged this as much as I could, is the last date listed on the Swift. This is directly from the Swift website. That the last date or date listed that it will go live, you all, is November the 19th. Right? November the 19th. Again, in my opinion, I'm not always right, but I'm not always wrong either. This is just too coincidental of what is scheduled, the government shutdown that's scheduled for November the 17th. Because again, they will need days, right? They will need days to change over the old system. They need time. They need a whole, they will need this shutdown. Again, it will be the perfect storm to bring in this new financial system. All things in alignment and agreement. Hello, Lee. The book that I'm referring to is my PDF booklet, cashinto.crypto.com, and that is the number 2. I have a 46-page booklet, right? A 46-page booklet that have all of the cryptos and the education behind it of my blue chip, my low chip, blue chip cryptos, mid cap, low cap, and high cap crypto. So yeah, that's what I'm referring to for those people who have purchased those cryptos. So let's look at this and break down October the 19th. And people, if you don't invest in yourself, or this financial education or literature. You just want people to give it to you and spoon feed you. And me to just tell you, well, first of all, I don't give financial advice. I've said it. I give financial education, right? And so when we look at November the 19th, 2023, it is the 323rd day of the year, right? 333rd, 23rd day of the year, mirroring a lot of the last 23 of 2023. So we add all of these up. This is the number 7, right? 323. The number 8. The number 8, again, I talked about that. The upside down infinity sign, a divine transition, bringing out the old to introduce the new thing, right? To introduce the new thing. And so with this being said, the 19th of November, we'll have 42 days of the year left, which equals to, we see the reversal of 2024. A lot of big things will happen next year relating to this new world economic system and 2024, especially in crypto as well, right? Especially in crypto as well. So if you see all of the numbers of 11, 19, 20, 23, it equals to the double 55, right? It equals to the double 55. And again, I didn't really want to get into this, but it's kind of hard for me to break down numbers and not to, give some type of background or explanation of what that means. So we have the king Manasseh of Judah as we are entering the war with Israel. And if listen, you all, you can go all over YouTube. You can go all over YouTube and find now more than ever information about who the real Hebrew Israelites is. Judah, which is Jew from the tribe of Judah, right? Also 11, 19 plus 23 equal 35, which is another 8. And just so many things. The number 9 in this, if we take the 0 out, which means the completion of a thing, as a woman carries a child for 9 months. And that which is hidden will be revealed, because at the 9th month, the baby is revealed. If it's not revealed, then if it's birth before the 9th month, it's called premature, right? But 55 biblically point back to King Manasseh of Judah. He was the longest reigning monarch, right, of Judah or Israel for 55 years. You can go to 2 Kings chapter 21 and 1, right? And he co-ruled with his father. Now, Manasseh's rule of 55 years marked one of the most evil and violent periods of history for God's people, because this king indulged in various forms of evil, such as rebuilding pagan altars torn down by the fathers, adulterous altars. And this is why ancient Egyptians sold, not ancient Egyptians, right, but Hebrew Israelites and some under the title of Jews into slavery into 1619. Now, I won't get into all of this on this specific live stream, because some people are here for the crypto, right? Some people are here for the biblical and spiritual. I cover all of them. You must buy the old one. I just released a new version that has 46 pages. So when you say you bought the old one, that was from like 2021. But this, and let me see if I can put it up. This is a new version. And so with this being said, people, we have all the dates of alignment. The old financial system, right, has to be done away with. In fact, the United States 250-year reign ends. The 250-year anniversary of the United States becoming an independent country ends in exactly 2025. And that has a lot to do with the reign of the global reserve currency, right? And all of the things done under the ancient Egyptians, the Hebrew Israelites, the Jews that are not really Jews. But why this is important, because God says my chosen people, right? He says my chosen people, and you have to really understand the book of Isaiah. It's breaking down the prophecies in Joel. He says, my chosen people, that there will be punishment for slavery that was evoked. And during this punishment, just like the Hebrew Israelites was free from Pharaoh, right? And he went to Moses, tell Pharaoh to let my people go. And they came out with riches and gold. There's a possibility, and I'm not saying if just because your DNA points back that you are a Hebrew Israelite, that this is going to be anonymous, it's going to be automatic for you. It's not going to be automatic. It's not going to be automatic. It's going to be based off your obedience, based off your positioning and preparing yourself properly, and based off your knowledge that this is your birthright, as we have the story of Jacob and Esau. So judgment right now is coming upon Esau, right? And so we have Revelations 3:9 that says, I will make them of synagogue of Satan, which will say to the Jews and are not, but do lie, behold, I will make them come and worship before my feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Let me read this from another translation as well. And it says, listen, as for the group that belongs to Satan, those liars who claim that they are Jews but are not, I will make them come down and bow down at your feet. So who is he talking to, right? He's talking to the real Jews, the real Hebrew Israelites. This is why Kanye and Kyrie Irving was so battered for bringing that message out. And this is why that message has come out for such a time as this. So you are, I'm getting off of all that. I know I intertwine a lot of that. But if you're just interested in crypto and the numerology, biblical numerology behind it and these dates, definitely invest. It's only $21 into cash, into crypto. Page 46 will greatly help you position yourself. Know these other cryptos that will work within the SWIFT system. And then also understand how to calculate, like how to calculate. For example, if you say, Queen, I only have $5,000, right? Which crypto that if it reaches its all-time high again from 2021 will give me the most return, the most gain, right? The most gains on my investment, because people, this World War III is coming. America is going to be one of the poorest countries because it is judgment time for America. And this is going to be a long-lived, sustained, harsh economic judgment that's coming upon America. So you need to prepare yourself definitely for the long term. Now, back on the number 55 real quick. 55 is also a product of 5 times 11, which are both prime numbers, right? Which are both prime numbers. 55 times 11. 5 can also be looked at as the number of victory, as David had 5 smooth stones to kill Goliath, right? However, 55 can be looked at a very evil time frame of ruling and leadership. And so, you all, this will be, in the words of Charles Dickens' famous poem, this will be the best of times as well as the worst of times for a lot of people, spiritually, physically, financially, for those who are not prepared, for those who don't know what's coming. But it can be the best of times for those who will position themselves for the greatest wealth transfer from a financial perspective and a spiritual perspective simultaneously at the same time. Okay, you all, I'm logging off. I love you all. Don't forget my books in the background. Go to milliemoves.com. Invest in Crypto Chris Profits. Rags to Riches. This is very childlike illustrations, but very knowledgeable information on exactly what cryptocurrency is, blockchain technology, and it's a very easy, user-friendly read and illustrated, so you can share this information with your children as well. Also, my millionaire notes. If you need more money out your paycheck, instantaneously within 24 hours, to see how you can get with tax experts that can help you reduce your taxable income out of your paycheck so you can have more money to invest. Go to milliemoves.com. Also invest in my millionaire notes. Very easy, user friendly. They gives you 111 notes and words of wisdom that shows you how the rich continuously to stay rich by utilizing and leveraging tax advantages, tax-free assets, or assets that are tax-less. I will not put my cash into anything unless I can get a high tax advantage for it, right? Because when you cash out that crypto back into the fiat currency system, you're going to be highly taxed, and you need to have a tax plan in place so you can keep more of your money. I'm signing off. You all have a great remaining rest of your Saturday. Today's date is 11/4, 2023. Also, we're going to be attentive for the 11 date of this month, as November is actually the 9th month, right? So November the 11th, we always, around the November the 11th, we always see things that happen in the economy as well. November is really the 9th month. A lot of people, unfortunately, operate off of the Gregorian calendar. The Latin prefix for November in Latin is 9. In Latin, November, Novem, is 9. So 9/11 in its truest form, we will see around the economy November 11th. Love you all. Hello, Jermaine. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Lee. Thank you for supporting the book and the knowledge. And then again, you all have a great day, great remaining rest of your day on this Saturday. Queen out.